much anticipated rematch between the 5-4 Philadelphia Phoenix and the 5-4 Boston Glory. These two teams faced off in week 3, and now they'll face off again tonight with eyes for playoffs.
Phoenix playing some tight person man-to-man defense to start.
Jay Clark going deep. It's Whitmer on Tetro, and it's Tetro with the grab. Tetro now looking end zone. And Carapella able to dive and grab it, and that's an opening hold for the Boston Glory.
Yeah, and Tetro has been so good for them this year as a receiver downfield, and you see the way that he was just able to seal out his defender, Eric Whitmer, so that a play couldn't really be made. Carapella, Greg, deftly swings it around to free agent addition C.J. Colicchio.
And it's Sean Mott going deep for Greg Martin. It's a jump ball in the end zone. And Greg Martin rising above Bartoli for the goal.
Yeah, and that's just kind of become standard practice here.
Tetro to Tanner to Sunday, who's going deep for Carapella. And it's Carapella this time over Alan Michelle. And after as they finally move forward up to Alex Thorne.
The Philadelphia offense often plays sort of a waiting game. And what are they waiting for? Something like this.
Well, it's Trissolini to James Pollard. Pollard wide open in the end zone. About as open as you get in the AUDL. I suppose not that wide, but no contest.
And that is really unfortunate. Didn't even look like a bad throw, just foot stuck in the turf wrong.
Jack Guerrero looking end zone. And it's called up, and the first break of the game is going to go to Boston. That's Bartoli with the break. And Boston takes the 4-2 lead on the trip from Sean Mott.
That's a tough break for Philadelphia, but you got to give it to Boston.
That disc close but caught by Carapella. Andres Rodriguez was on the heels. And it's Colin Sunday with it. Going deep. He's got Carapella. And Carapella leaping into the end zone for the goal. 5-3 Boston Glory.
And now Carapella is just, zipping around out there like a bug on that ground. He's been unstoppable for Boston tonight. Really, anything below 92 or so is not a good rate in Ultimate Frisbee.
That's right. You get some leeway by playing on the D-line, but 70 is very low as Mott going deep for Calvin again. And it's Calvin in the end zone. No answer for Trissolini. 5-4 Philadelphia.
Yeah, it seems like the scouting report on Calvin might have just said H. And, even if Boston doesn't score here, if they can hold the disc for these next 20 seconds, that earns themselves a bit of a mini break, but it doesn't look like they're content for that, going deep right away.
That's right. Tyler Chan is sending it, and that disc caught after the bobble by Gabe Colton. And Colton into the end zone for Topher Davis. A hectic goal, but reeled in. I'm sorry, I said Topher Davis. That's Rocco Linehan with the grab. And Boston with another break, 7-4, with 7.4 left on the clock. And it's Thorne with the push pass to Jordan Ryan. Jordan gets it to C.J. Colicchio. Colicchio looking end zone. And it's James Pollard with the big-time grab for the score. And Philadelphia will put points on the board. Finally.
But Mott starting in 2014, Nardelli starting in 2015.
And it's Matt Hanna with the disc now, who will get it up to Mott, but a big bid from Tyler Chan will win back possession for Boston. What a D. That's why you sub him on. Mott shooting deep, this time for Dmitry Suvorov, but it's Chris Bartoli hunting in the deep space.
Jordan Ryan with the disc.
Faux double team on Ryan. He finds his way out of it to Calvin Trissolini. And it's a scoober back to Trissolini. Trissolini now going deep for Greg Martin.
It's G-Mart time.
And Greg Martin flying into the end zone for a goal. No timeouts here for Boston, so their defense will have to go the distance. As Tyler Chan trying to do it all in one go. And he will. Noah with the blade to Calvin Trissolini, who's now going deep for Pollard.
That one will work.
Pollard and McSweeney now looking downfield. Will find Topher Davis. Topher Davis going for it all. 10 seconds left.
Whitmer in the area.
And it's Tetro who will come down with it over Whitmer. Another crossfield, high up lady shot. Reeled in by a... Well, Sean Mott will pick it up, and he'll throw a big hammer over to Jordan Ryan. Jordan needs to put it deep, but Alex will instead, and it's soaring to the end zone. That one will count if it's caught. And it is C.J. Colicchio over a pile. And you want to talk about a momentum swing. If Philly can snag one here, it will be CJ's for the taking.
And you have right there the twin.
Decides to come under to Ray Tetro.
And that man has been giant this game, Ray Tetro. And you have Carapella once again in the deep space.
Well, it's Clark over Gavin Abrahamson. This time, the receiver, and it's another goal for Simon Carapella. Well, it's C.J. Colicchio with the disc now. Gets up to Jordan Ryan. And Greg Martin will go deep for Dmitry Suvorov. And it's Dima in the end zone. A huck for Boston answered. And Davis Brand switching fields now to Sadok. But it's a poach block from Paul Owens. Back-to-back break opportunities for Philadelphia.
Yeah, Paul Owens' eyes there, really doing a great job of sort of just how the game is played now. People don't really put a lot of effort into keeping their pivot foot down, take a few extra steps. That's just me being old.
A tough grab from Jordan Ryan, who will get it to Greg Martin. Greg Martin finds Suvorov back in the middle of the field. Now Jordan Ryan towards the end zone to Trissolini, back on the goal line for Philadelphia. And Trissolini gets a little too cute with it.
That is a very, very costly.
Colicchio over to Greg Martin.
Martin grinding these unders, hitting the open throws.
And now Pollard sending Greg Martin deep. And it's Greg Martin in the end zone once again for Philadelphia, 17-13. The human highlight reel, getting it done with his leg.
Well, where in the rules does it say that a horse can't play ultimate?
Yes, the Air Bud defense, a classic. As Jordan Ryan going deep for James Pollard. And this time, it's money for Big Game James. Philadelphia with the quick goal. They're going to need that. Down 4 here with 2 minutes left in the third.
And Pollard taking exception with a little bit of physicality.
Well, they'll do something as Calvin Trissolini will get it from James Pollard, and it's a give and go deep to Pollard. And it's Pollard for days in the end zone, and just like that, 18-16. And like you said, Kenny, we got a game.
We do have a game in our hands. Now, usually when you think of a give and go, you're thinking of this squirrely little motion, like, okay, you got a short guy. Quick toss, quick movement. That give and go was like.
Kalen McSweeney back to Jay Clark. Jay Clark with a lot of deep balls tonight. Finds Cole Davis Brand underneath. Back to McSweeney, and it's McSweeney going deep to Simon Carapella, who lays out with the clap catch in the end zone. Carapella's 7th of the evening.
Carapella having himself a game every time they shoot it to him, and it looks like it's going to be
Suvorov. Now switching sides of the field on the other sideline is C.J. Colicchio.
James wants to boost this.
James putting it deep to Sean Mott. And Sean Mott takes the contact. It's not awarded to him. That'll be. And it's Tyler Chan over to Bartoli. Bartoli high but reeled in by Linehan, who's going deep.
They are calling that a goal after.
That disc called in look, here's what
He's going for the block, and testament to him for playing smart like that.
Well, Paul Owens will find the end zone anyways, and Whitmer finds Noah Chun-Moy, and Philadelphia slowly but surely moving their way up the field. Noah with the big hammer to Sean Mott.
And my heart is racing right now. I can only imagine what it's like for these Philadelphia players. As Eric Nardelli, excellent continuation cut, pinpoint pass from Sean Mott. And that block in Toronto was also a goal, was it not?
Yep, a Callahan. Colin Sunday in the backfield. As streaking Tyler Chan, that disc is going up. And it's Chan who will find the space deep and pull back to a 2-goal advantage for Boston.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge hold for Boston. They're able to sort of,
But
wide
McSweeney
open.
able to get it to Sadok. Sadok finds
That's
Chan
gonna
on
do
the
it.
sideline. 15 seconds left. Chan to McSweeney. McSweeney to Tetro.
That's
10
gonna do it.
seconds. Tetro back to Topher Davis. Topher can hold it here. He elects not to, and it's Chan with 5 seconds left. Chan throws it to Ray Tetro. Tetro wandering around the field, trying desperately to pick up a travel call, but it won't matter. Boston Glory, after jumping out to the 5-point lead and bleeding points away all second half, hang on in the fourth to win by 1, 21-20. Boston improves to 7-5, and Philly falls to 5-5 with 2 losses to Boston this season.